Hey guys, it's been a while since I've done a basement video. Hope everyone's been doing well, and thanks for tuning into my little YouTube channel and watching. Um, a while ago I was doing these YouTube videos where I was kind of, if you're new to my channel, I was highlighting some of the more obscure and rare arcade machines that I own. And I know it's dark down here right now because the game room isn't on. I did a video on Bank Panic. I did a video on my Solar Fox Cabaret. I did a video on, what else did I do? I did one on Swimmer, which isn't down in the basement anymore right now. It's in my garage. Um, in this video here, I'm going to highlight another one. And basically, I just talk about games that I own that you don't really see too many videos on YouTube. For example, Solar Fox, I don't think really had. There's a few gameplay videos, but besides that, there really wasn't much else. And I kind of wanted to document some of this stuff and put them onto YouTube. So I own a game that I really love, and if you follow my YouTube channel or my walkthrough videos on my Instagram, and you're kind of familiar with my layout and the games that change down here, you might realize that a game right here is missing. And the reason it's missing is because this game has it sits in front of my water meter right here. And a few weeks ago, we got a call from the water company saying that they needed to come here and exchange our meter out. And I have a game that sits right here in front of the water meter. So I had to take it out, move it over there, and it's on the other side of the arcade. The reason this game sits here is because it has a much shallower depth. More shallow than other standard early 80s uprights. And that's the reason it sits in this particular spot. Do you know what it is? Do you follow enough to to recognize it? Well, if not, we'll take a stroll over here. And by the way, eventually I want to continue this series where I kind of document some of these more obscure games. Like I'll probably do a video on Amadar. I'll do one on Cloak and Dagger. I'll do one on Puyan. Zookeeper maybe. Maybe on Carnival. I've got about 10 more machines in the garage. I might do some on those. But we're here for this video here for this game. And this game is Bosconian. So I love Bosconian. It's such a fun game. 1981. If you don't know the story, it came out, just same year as Galaga. And Galaga obviously sold very well, did very well, and Bosconian didn't as much. I was just talking about how it's a more narrow game. You can really see here just how shallow it really is. Kind of like Rally X, which is another game I'll eventually do a little video on. Same thing with Tutankhamun. But Rally X is also a shallower cabinet. Very similar profile to Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man and Galaxian, but they all have subtle differences, like how steep this comes down, whether the marquee goes right up to the top of the profile right there. Like, for example, on Rally X it does. Bosconian it does not. On Galaga it doesn't either. Pac-Man it does. So they made subtle differences in the cabinets. I love this style cabinet. I think it's just so classic and iconic. And I figured, hey, while I have the game moved out here, let's do a little video on it. Because otherwise it's kind of tucked away in the corner over there. And I do kind of wish I could have Bosconian a little bit further down in the lineup. Because I feel like I tend to, like when I'm down here on game nights, I tend to not go maybe all the way down there where it's kind of hidden. But it's got to be down there because it's the shallow game. It's got to be in front of our water meter. So anyways, what I'll do is I'll just kind of tell the quick story on this machine, how I got it, what I did to it. We'll talk a bit about the gameplay, and then I'll play a game. It's kind of the same procedure, the same thing that I did with Solar Fox and Swimmer and Bank Panic. So, and I'm hoping to kind of continue these series, like I've said. So, and yeah, if you don't follow me I used to stream a lot on Twitch. I don't really do that as much anymore, but if you follow me on Instagram, Cosmic Cottage Arcade, I post a lot more stuff there than my YouTube, but I'm trying to be more active on YouTube. So, and doing things other than just game room walkthroughs, which I do post every once in a while. So, um, yeah, and I've done a lot of restores too, and I'm hoping to kind of film a bit more of those as well. Certainly not trying to be a copy of John's Arcade or anything like that, but just sharing my little bit of the hobby. So, anyways, this machine here. Well, first of all, let's turn it on. Bosconian runs off very similar hardware as Galaga. The board sets are extremely similar. Although I don't know for sure. I think one of the boards is maybe swappable, not the other one. I don't remember for sure. So don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but I know they're very similar. So here's Bosconian. I think Bosconian's one of those games that people really love. You just don't see it anywhere. And honestly, sometimes it's more fun to play than Galaga. Galaga can become very like patterned, where Bosconian is, the rocks are always going to be. I mean, not the rocks. The things that you're destroying are always in the same spots, but it doesn't mean it's pattern based. I mean, you have different formations coming at you, different enemies coming at you in different ways. So these things right here are always in the same spot. But besides that, the game can definitely vary. So this particular machine here, I actually bought it. It was converted. Someone at one point converted this Bosconian to a Shinobi. Why? I don't know. But I bought this game about 4 years ago. I bought the PCB 5 years ago because I was just hoping to put one together someday. And I finally found this cabinet. Drove out maybe like 5 hours away to pick it up. Some random town in New York, like the middle of nowhere. It was actually a really like sketchy town. My wife came out with me for the drive because she just felt like getting out. And we had to pick the game up from we were told to meet this guy at some address, and the address turned out to be this just sketchy gas station garage place. And he told us to go in there and ask for a guy named Rico. So we went in, we said, "Oh, is Rico here?" And some guy is like just giving us like, this nasty look, like, "No, there's no one here by the name of Rico." And we're like, "Oh God, okay." So and he like shuts the door on us. so we're about to just kind of like, we don't really know what else to do. We're about to cut our loss and leave. And all of a sudden, this face peers out through a door and says, "You guys here for the arcade game?" We're like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Okay, get in your car, follow me." And we're like, "Oh God." So we get in the car and follow him to this apartment, where we go up 3 flights of stairs, and we get up there, and the machine's actually there. And I could tell for the most part through the pictures that it was a converted Bosconian, but the photos weren't great. I couldn't see a full side profile to tell that it was definitely a shallower cabinet, meaning it was either a Rally X or a Bosconian. The photos online were really bad, but I just had a hunch that it was the shallower cabinet, and in fact it was. So I was happy. We took it. They brought it down the stairs. These 2 guys kind of manhandled it down the stairs. The entire bottom part of the cabinet completely fell out. But it didn't matter. I just wanted to get the thing in the car and head off. It was probably a couple $100. I don't remember. But we drove it home, and the inside of the game, it was a mess. The inside of the game was moldy. I had to get rid of all the mold. I had to use some sort of mold, paint or something to get. I don't remember. I rebuilt the whole bottom. I'll show the inside of the game. And this game's kind of interesting, where like I didn't really want to do a full restore like I've done for other games. So I actually have I had this Bosconian marquee here for many, many years before I bought the game, when I was collecting marquees. And it's not in great shape, but the whole game is kind of like put back together in an original look to it, because I found an original control panel So I never replaced the overlay or anything. I'm not going to. So this was original. I never restored the front or the coin door or anything. The T-molding is still beat up from the T-molding that was on it. Obviously, though, I had to... I don't remember. I think it was painted black, maybe. I don't remember for sure. But I got the reproduction side art, and it was missing the kick plate art. And I did have to get a new glass bezel, too. So it's kind of a mix match of repro art and original stuff too. So, and I think it gives the overall look that it's an original Survivor. So that's kind of what I was going for here. Unlike some of my restores where I went, full restore on them. So, as you can see, when someone converts to Shinobi, they put this Shinobi sticker on here along with this Sega thing. These Bosconian cabinets, I don't know if they were all in this terrible spongy type material, wood for the cabinet. But this thing was pretty swollen in spots. Like you can see, this one here is in pretty good shape, but then this side here is just not. I probably could have used some wood hardener or something, but it's in overall okay shape cabinet wise. Luckily the front part isn't swollen really. It's just kind of the back and the bottoms are a little spongy. Let me get a screwdriver here. We'll open up the back. So this game, originally when I had rewired it, Shinobi's JAMA. So someone had JAMA. Actually, is Shinobi JAMA? I believe it must be JAMA. I had this wired JAMA. I used a JAMA to Bosconian converter. And I didn't like the way it was wired up. So I actually went ahead and bought a reproduction Bosconian harness. And that's what's in here. So it's a lot cleaner than having the whole JAMA setup. And Bosconian uses a connector down there, right down here. This is the RGB and sync and ground to the monitor. Then over on this side, that's 5 volts, 12 volts, and ground. And then you've got everything else on the edge connector here. The unfortunate thing about this plug being over here is that you can't really, unless if you get long PCB feet, you can't really mount it to the side of the wall very well. And the original metal PCB cage, like what's in Galaga, was missing. So I actually just made this one here with some wood. I cut some slits in it here. Same thing with it down there. And holds it into place pretty well. That PCB in there is one I actually just recently got, maybe 8 months ago or so. I bought it as a spare. This right here is what a Bosconian PCB looks like. This PCB works too. This is the original one I bought like 5 years ago. But I was having a little bit of graphic issues with it, and I know it's the sockets because when I press on the chips when the game's on, it'll kind of like mix around the graphics and go back to normal. So occasionally I'll get like garbage on it, but the sockets just need to be replaced. This is the high score save kit right here, which I don't have on the other PCB, but that's okay. So besides that, it's, the board works fine. It just needs to be cleaned up, new sockets. So I threw this other one in actually just the other day when I moved the game over here. I figured I might as well do it. It's kind of a pain to take them away from the wall over there. So so that's enough about the game itself and, me getting it. It's there's really nothing else to say about what I did to it. As far as the gameplay itself, it's an 8-way joystick, and you're basically going around. It's a mix of Galaga and Rally X for the most part. You've got your little radar screen here, and just like Rally X, where it shows you the flags, on this one it shows you where the little green like bases are that you have to go and kill, which are like these right here. You can either shoot it straight down the middle to kill it, or you can take out each individual circle, which will give you more points. The game gets pretty brutal pretty fast. My high score is just under 200,000. But I'm always happy with a game that's over 100,000. So here you can take out each individual circle. That'll kill it, or like what just happened there, you can just go straight down the middle and take the whole thing out, but you don't get as many points by playing it that way. Every once in a while during the game, there will be a little formation attack, which is just a group of different ships that are coming at you. They're going to relentlessly try to kill you unless if you take out, there's always one that's a different color. Here's an example of one here. Oh, well, it just got killed. But there's one that has a different color. That's the one, that's like the mothership of them. If you kill that one, they'll all kind of split and go their own way. They won't come after you anymore. But if you don't kill that one, they're going to continue coming after you. The main enemies are the purple and the blue guy right there. The blue guy the purple one hunts you down a bit more. The blue one just kind of like circles around. They're a little bit slower, maybe not as smart when they're coming after you. You've got these rocks. There's a formation attack right there. You've got these rocks and these little, space bombs that are in the way all the time. And then really the last thing is you've got the little yellow ship. And the yellow ship, he's the guy that kind of determines the condition that you're in. So it'll start off as green. When it's green, there's really no threat to you. When it's yellow, it gets a little bit tougher. And when it's red, that's when the game's going kind of crazy, and they're coming after you a lot faster, a lot harder. When it's condition red, your likelihood of survival on that level is kind of low, unless if you're really, really good. And that is determined by the little yellow guy. And if you got to really hit him every time he comes out. If you let him go by you, which is him right there, the spy ship. If you miss the spy ship once or twice, it's okay. But once you miss him again after that, that's when it goes to condition red. And it's saying, alert, alert. And you've got to finish the level as quickly as possible. That's pretty much the whole game. It's basically just survival. And but it's a lot of fun. And by the way, this game is serial number 537. Even though they had converted this, there's the original serial number right there. So 537. I don't know how many Bosconians were really made. I know some were converted to Galaga in the factory. Every once in a while, you'll see a rare white Galaga for sale because it was converted from Bosconian. So it was never, they never put black sides on it. It just stayed white. So I don't know what the production numbers were, but 537 is usually a pretty low serial number. But again, I don't think tons and tons of Bosconians were ever put out there. So I really started liking this game, playing it up at Fun Spot. They've had it on the floor at Fun Spot for a while. And yeah, if you can't find it anywhere, I would say, and you do MAME, I would say download the ROMs for MAME and play it on MAME, because it's such a fun game. It's addicting too. It's a fast game. I really like games that are quick. Something like Centipede or Pac-Man. You can play it for kind of a long time. Where Bosconian, Rally X, Monaco GP, Tutankhamun. I like these games that are a bit faster. Kind of have like an ending to them where you don't have to spend forever playing it. So anyways, enough rambling. I know that's kind of long. If you made it through this part of the video, I appreciate you listening. But otherwise, what we're going to do is I'm going to set up the tripod and we'll play a game. And we'll play a game. Hopefully I can get at least over 100,000. And you can check it out there. So, all right, I'll be right back. All right, here we are. Set up with the tripod. So one thing I really like about the game is when it gets hectic, you kind of make a lot of like cool saves almost. You're kind of dodging the purple ship and the blue ship. The purple ship's a bit more aggressive. The blue ship is a bit slower. The purple ship circles around a lot faster to catch back up with you, where the blue ship kind of like takes a bigger path to get back to you. There's a good example here, the formation. If you kill them all, you get a little bonus there, like 500 points or 1,000 points. I think it depends on the formation or maybe as the levels go on, but I generally don't care too much about killing the formation. I kind of just want to get them away because they start to really catch up to you pretty quick. So my strategy here at the beginning is to take these things out one shot at a time. Typically you're going to get more points, and usually you have enough time in these early stages to do that. Later on, it just becomes too fast, and you really need to just kind of get through the levels as fast as possible. So get some extra points here while I can. With those formations as well, like I said, there's always one that's a different color, and they'll keep attacking you until you get rid of that one. So you can either get rid of them first and the formation will go away, or you can try to get them all by leaving that guy for last. So I just got an extra life there at 20,000. 20,000, then every 70,000 we'll give you an extra life. Later on, starting in the 4th level, there'll be an extra little ship that gets shot out of the bases, which kind of prevents you from like just sitting in the middle and lingering and trying to, kill it that way. So it just makes it extra tough. What's cool, obviously, is you're shooting out of the front and the back of the ship. So it just allows for extra strategy to shoot things as you're flying away versus flying towards them. This is the last level here where I kind of try to get some extra points. Again, if I miss that spy ship right there, it's going to make the condition go down to red. So and I definitely don't want that to happen, because that's when it gets really tough. Here is where I'm going to just start kind of eliminating these as quickly as I can. I find that at starting on this level, if I linger, I just won't make it through. This game is really about patience too. I mean, if you try to rush, like had I tried to stay there and destroy that thing, I probably would have gotten a guy right there to get me. So you gotta have patience. You gotta circle back a lot. So I want to chase down the spy ship. I think he got killed by, I don't know if I hit him or if something else hit him, but when you see him come out, you got to kind of, oh, you got killed by that, but you got to kind of prioritize him, because otherwise you'll go to condition red. Now, I didn't miss the spy ship, but I think I'm just taking too long on the level, so it'll eventually go to Whew. It'll eventually go to red if you just take too long. So another extra life there at 70,000, and now the next one will be at 140. So yeah, got a ways to go. That's usually kind of like the point that I'm trying to achieve, getting that 140 extra life.
Alive. Alive. Alive.
Wow, I am going really slow on this level right here. So I have 3 more left to go. I mean, to get out of this one's going to be tough. One more to go. Wow. I didn't expect to get out of that one, but I will take that. Still got 4 extra guys, so doing pretty well here. But you never know, that is just like any game. I mean, it can go downhill so fast. Especially like it gets so hard to even just get close to the base at this point. Oh. Alright, haven't even gotten one yet.
Alive. Alive.
And if you shoot down the middle while the thing is closed, it doesn't get it, I believe. It's hard to tell because it opens and closes so fast, and I'm just kind of wailing on the fire button when I get to the point where I can shoot down the middle. So
Alive.
oh fuck!
Lights off. Alive.
God.
Lights off. Alive. Battle station.
Oh Jesus! There was a fucking bomb there in the middle I just couldn't avoid. I really should not be losing the game here on round 6, but
Battle station.
God, just brutal right now. This level here, you can actually just kind of take them all out pretty easily. If I go into this level with more lives, I'd maybe be more likely to try to get some extra. Well, there it goes. But you can really just go straight down the line there. It was pretty disappointing. That was not a great game, but that's the way it goes. So 125. Again, I don't have the high score save kit on this board, so but I'm gonna end that here. If yeah, maybe I'll film another gameplay later on and see if I can get a higher score on film and put it on YouTube. But I actually have another YouTube video of Bosconian. I don't remember what my score was in it though. I think it was only just over 100,000. That was when I was kind of like just really getting into the gameplay. That's an older video, so but yeah, you can see how brutal it gets, how hectic it gets, and it becomes pretty tough. So there you have it. It's Bosconian 1981 Bally Midway. Yeah, thank you for watching, and again, I'm trying to upload more YouTube videos, so if you have a suggestion of something you want to see, I was thinking about doing a video of going over all the projects I have. I have a bunch of projects in the garage. I'm working on a Hypersports, a Kicks, a Tetris. I have I'm going to do a video showing how to install a BitKit. Let's see what else. I just got the Monaco GP FPGA board from the guy who created it. He's over in Italy. So I have my Monaco GP here, which works perfectly fine. Gets a lot of play when we have parties, as you can see by the high scores there. But I have a spare Cabaret in the garage, which I actually don't know if it works or not. I got it a couple years ago, and when I got it, it was in pieces, and I have spare boards and stuff. I just never hooked it up and tested it out, but I'm going to test it in a whole video, do the FPGA. And if you have a game down here that you see that you'd like me to do another one of these little in-depth videos on, let me know. I can do pinball or arcade. So I'm kind of just sticking to the arcades for this. But anyways, thanks again for watching if you stuck it out to this part of the video. And yeah, thanks guys, and I will see you soon. All right, take care.